If you're a new AI agency owner, you're probably thinking, how do I price my AI chatbots? What features should I include? How should I set it up? What type of support should I provide? These are all the really important questions to ask and figure out for yourself when you're building your first AI subscription products for your agency. Today, I'm going to guide you through the basics of how to create these AI subscriptions so you can create a successful offer that generates new monthly recurring revenue, or MRR. Creating a subscription product for your AI services is a little bit different than creating a typical offer where there's a one-off price or some big upfront fee that you just make once. Instead of just getting that single payment, we're setting up a subscription model so that way you get paid every month or every quarter or every year based on how you set it up, which provides a consistent income stream with this recurring revenue coming in on a consistent basis. This is like the holy grail of what agencies are looking for. MRR or ARR is another common one. Annual recurring revenue. This is how the most successful SaaS products in the world are creating their offers for their clients. Yeah, sure, some might be charging $5 a month, some might be charging $5,000 a month. And there's so many different things that you could include or exclude based on who your client is and what your agency is trying to focus on. That being said, MRR is the best way to guarantee stability for your agency and your life for that matter. So you know where your next rent payment is coming from. But with MRR, you can predict more accurately what your future revenue is going to be. And this really helps when trying to plan and grow your business and your agency so you can figure out how much you can spend on ads or influencer marketing or whatever it may be to expand your reach and get new clients. It also really helps when you're trying to avoid the ebbs and flows of having a client and not having a client, which can always be super frustrating. So instead of going like this, you're just going smooth and steady up and to the right. Now, an honorable mention here is custom functions, and this is where custom IP comes into play. And this is where AI agencies right now are making an incredible amount of money by creating these custom integrations with whatever platforms that their clients are already using. So for example, you could create a custom Shopify app within that client's Shopify store that has access to specific data, and then create an AI agent that can access that data through a custom function. So that way, when users are talking with an AI agent asking for order data or order tracking information, the AI agent can go directly to the Shopify store to get that current data from the Shopify store and give it right back to the user inside the conversation. Having this specific level of access through a custom function allows you to charge a lot more money for these custom AI integrations for specific businesses. And in this case, the niche is e-commerce. This is definitely a more advanced topic, so I'm going to be covering this in another video. So make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get notified when I release that video. Many agencies will bundle their AI chatbots with other existing offers, but the cool thing about working with Stammer AI is if you create a subscription offer for a specific client and then you start marketing that offer to other clients, you can quickly create a self-serve system where your customers will be able to sign up on your version of Stammer AI and be able to use and sign up and pay for everything all on their own. And this is where the rinse and repeat and scalable MRR really comes into play. When it comes down to it, there are three main sections or areas where you want to focus on when creating an AI subscription offer. And that's pricing, what features you're going to include, and the type of support that you're going to provide. And I always like to tell people, when you think of the word SaaS, software as a service, that second S, service, is going to be extremely important. And that's basically what this support is. But we'll get to more of that in a second. First, we're going to go over the major one, which is all of the pricing availability that you have access to when creating these AI subscriptions for your clients. A lot of these things are optional based off of what you want to include or exclude, but it's important to be aware of how these interact with each other based off of what type of offer you're creating in the first place. So for example, there's options to create monthly, quarterly, or yearly billing options. And this simply means the customer will either get charged monthly, quarterly, which is every 3 months, or yearly, which is every 12 months. And agencies will typically provide a little bit of a discount based off of paying quarterly or yearly when comparing to their monthly price. So for example, if I was charging $100 a month for the monthly, instead of charging $300 every quarter, I could charge $250 and give a $50 discount for purchasing quarterly. Or I could charge like $999 per year, which would give the client 2 months for free. And this is where you can start to play with your funnel and create different offers based off of who you're targeting. A business owner who sees the value of what this stuff can provide will quickly pay for a year in order to get some sort of discount so that their business doesn't have to pay as much money, knowing that they're going to pay for it anyways throughout the entire year. Creating different options like this also creates price anchors, which give you a few psychological tactics to be able to ensure that clients choose one or the other based off of the price. For example, if a business doesn't want to make that much of an investment, seeing a yearly option for $999 is going to be quite jarring compared to a $99 a month option, which, yeah, in the long run is more expensive, but in the short term, the cash flow is quote unquote cheaper. Now, when you're selling your AI chatbots, creating different pricing for the different models being used is going to be a good way to create differentiators in your different plans. So for example, in your basic tier, you could have something like ChatGPT 4o Mini, and that's the only one available to subscribers in that tier. And people in that tier could be paying, for example, maybe 0.006 cents per message. And vice versa, if they go into your pro tier, your premium tiers, you could offer the other models at a cheaper price based off of whatever profit margin that you want to make on those higher tiers, because now you're charging more money. So each of these sections that we're going over are essentially like different levers that you can play with to create your different offer based off of what you think is going to convert best. And at the end here, I have multiple different examples that I can show you for what you can use as templates for these different tiers, basic, pro, and premium, and what might be included for each. But like I said earlier, a lot of this stuff is optional based off of what you want to offer for your clients. For example, free trial. Do you want to even offer a free trial in the first place? Completely up to you. If you do want to add a free trial, you could offer it in two different ways. No credit card required free trial, or credit card required free trial. As you become a more experienced agency owner, you start to realize that there are different funnels for different reasons when it comes to collecting new leads to eventually be able to convert them to new clients. And there's pros and cons to both. On one hand, not asking for credit cards up front will yield you a lot more people opting in for whatever it may be, a free trial included. But the quality of those leads will be not as good because there are going to be people that are just testing things out and are not really taking your software seriously. On the other hand, requiring a credit card for a free trial will typically yield you less opt-ins or less people starting that trial. But the people who are starting that trial are going to be of a higher quality because they are definitely way more serious because they're putting in their credit card. There's not really one right or wrong answer here. This is the options that you have at your disposal to create whatever offer is going to work best for your agency and your funnel and your clients. And it's very similar to the amount of free trial days or wallet balance that you want to provide to clients when they sign up. Again, totally optional, but you could create a time-based free trial for either of these credit card or no credit card required options, which is like what you would typically expect. And it's what Stammer AI offers to new users when they want to sign up for a free trial. They get 14 days of one of the premium tiers so they can experience the full suite of functionality on the platform before their credit card is charged. And in that same scenario, we are also providing a bit of credit to the new user's wallet so that way they can start using the platform right away without having to pay any more money on their credit card. So with ours, we kind of have both non-credit card and credit card required for free trials based off of how deep you go into the platform. If you choose to upgrade to one of the premium tiers on a free trial, you get 14 days. But once you get into that trial, you also get an amount of credit. What I like to do is I try to map all this stuff out in a mind map. That's what I love about using Miro, is because you can start to play with these different variables and create your different tiers and plans based off of these different levers. And finally, just real quick, is that complimentary wallet credit, which could be either a single time or a recurring wallet credit, again, based off of what you want to have in your different tiers. Now, when it comes to the features or functionality of your AI agents, you could have different subscriptions based off of the amount and functionality of what you want to provide in the different tiers to create a delineation between the basic tier and the premium tier. Most of these figures in here are all examples based off of what current agency owners are putting as their defaults and their plans. And so, for example, if we're thinking about these three tiers, the basic, pro, and the premium tiers, we could add 1 AI agent in basic, 5 in the pro, and 10 in the premium tier. And immediately right there, we create 3 different clear tiers of what a potential client might be looking for. And the reason why somebody might want more than one AI chatbot is they want to create a customer-facing one. They might want to put one in their community. They might want to put one in their Slack channel for their internal team, whatever it may be. Creating multiple different AI agents for different use cases all within the same platform and the same knowledge base information can be extremely useful. And speaking of knowledge bases, the size of the knowledge base is also going to be a critical feature to consider when selling these AI subscriptions to your potential clients. If someone wants to scrape all of Wikipedia, for example, they could do that. You would just be able to charge them a lot more money, or they would have to upgrade to a higher tier in order to get maybe 5 million characters. That's definitely not enough for Wikipedia, but I hope you get my point. If a client has a lot of data that they're working with, increasing the size of the knowledge base for the different tiers is going to be one of the best ways to get people to pay you more money on a recurring basis. The functionality and where these AI agents are located can be one of the ways that you add more differentiation between your subscription tiers. And typically there are 4 main areas of functionality that agencies will either include or exclude based off of what they're trying to offer. The first is pretty much included with everybody, which is being able to answer general Q&A based off of the information and knowledge base. That's kind of a given at this point with all these AI agents. Being able to generate, qualify, and capture lead data, that is definitely more of an advanced feature. And this right here is one of the most powerful ways to use AI, is to capture user data and then send it and update a CRM, which can drastically increase the amount of leads that a business is getting on a daily or monthly basis. Automated appointment scheduling is also one of the more advanced features, where not only could the AI agent provide a link to somebody to schedule a meeting, but the AI could go to your calendar natively and be able to schedule a meeting inside that conversation. And finally, custom functions, like we mentioned earlier, is definitely the most advanced solution that you can create within an AI agent. So this is definitely something that I would recommend to reserve for your premium and your highest tier possible, or even your enterprise offer, which could be something that is hidden from the public, so that way it's more exclusive. All 4 of these items are extremely important, but I like to think of it in a way where the basic tier gets general QA, the pro tier gets general QA, leads, and scheduling, and then the premium tier gets general QA, leads, scheduling, and custom functions. Where the AI agents are located is definitely an optional feature. I personally like to just give access to all options kind of right from the gate. That way people can experience this magic anywhere they want, which definitely helps increase the usage and retention of these clients over time. And finally, support is going to be one of the main ways that you can create a higher tier for your clients. The main question is, who is going to be doing the management or maintenance of these AI agents? Is it going to be the client in a DIY fashion? Or is it going to be something that your agency provides in a done for you or DFY option? When it's done for you, you can charge way more. When it's DIY, you can charge a little bit less because people are going to be doing the work themselves, but you can get a lot more people doing that. So again, trying to figure out which one you want to do, it's up to you. And then finally, client support, whether that's direct one-on-one, meetings over video, email support, these more direct options are going to be something that is up to you and how you're going to run your internal agency support. But right off the bat, Stammer gives you white label documentation and the ability to embed an AI chatbot inside the dashboard, so your clients have a way to learn and get answers to their questions about how to fix their AI chatbots. So that way your clients have an outlet that is immediately available to them so they can ask questions and get advice on how to optimize and improve their own AI chatbots if that's how you're running your offer. And so looking at these different 3 tiers, here's a couple different ways that you could probably think about setting this up for your agency when you're creating your basic, pro, and premium tiers for your AI subscription products. So for example, a basic tier could include 1 AI agent with 100,000 characters of storage in their knowledge base, $10 of credit one time. Anybody can sign up without a credit card. They'll get 14 days to try everything out, at which point they'll get a notification to upgrade to one of the paid plans. It'll have general QA as the functionality, trying to keep it simple in this basic plan, as well as being able to embed the chatbot on a website. The client's going to do everything themselves, but they have access to email support. We're going to charge $99 a month or $1,000 a year, which gives them 2 months for free, essentially. Now, comparing this to the pro tier, we can see that it's got a few more agents, a lot more information available to add to the knowledge base. We've got some more functionality, leads and scheduling, ability to integrate with social media and adding the API webhook. Still DIY and still has email support, but because of this added functionality, this is going to be a little bit more expensive at $299 a month. And this is typically where people will fall when they're signing up, when you're building out plans that are generally better than the previous tier. So like, one's here, then one's here, then one's a little bit higher in terms of perceived functionality and benefits. And of course, the premium tier has the most characters, the most AI agents, the most complimentary credit. This one is going to be a credit card required free trial. So that way we know people that are serious only are going to sign up for this premium tier because they also have the ability to create custom functions. And because this is going to be a done for you offer, we're not trying to do a bunch of work for someone that's not serious, because we only want to spend our time with a one-on-one onboarding with people that are more likely going to be a actual subscriber. And because of that, we're going to charge a lot more per month because there is a lot more service that we are providing as an agency to this client. And of course, if you're not familiar with Stammer AI's SaaS configurator, we basically built this entire system to allow you to customize all these different options for whatever you want to do. So you can see I mimicked a lot of what we just added in the basic tier to this plan right here with one AI agent, 100,000 characters. We're going to be charging $99 a month or $1,000 a year. We're going to have limited permissions for their features. We're going to give them a bit of credit when they sign up. We're only going to allow them to use one of the AI models, GPT-4o Mini, which sets it up so clients are able to experience the platform and experience the magic of these AI chatbots while still leading them to the next higher tier plan for more functionality, more custom functions and integrations and all the good stuff. So whether you're just getting started or looking to expand your services with the AI agency model, understanding how to price and package these items together into a serious offer is the key to creating a predictable and profitable business. Don't forget to leave a comment down below if you guys have any questions, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.